Greetings, Earth, back with another video. So, Satan do not stop, so I'm gonna have to be a little rough with Americans and Brazilians. Basically, I know their entire system, and it's like they don't kill me because I don't have any money, and even if I have any money, they can't afford me, and so what I see here is that I don't. First of all, I don't like to offend you that are gay. And I even like to call you gay. It's you are just a person. It's like it's not. It doesn't. For me, my opinion, deep down inside, even though sometimes I see the flirts that I don't like. For example, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to point fingers and call names like this because I wouldn't like my name up in the wall, you know which wall or which place. I don't want my name there, but sometimes I know where the flirt comes from, where the harass comes from. There's differences between flirt. For example, I've been in Castro district. People flirt with me, and it's a nice flirt. It feels good. You feel like, oh, at least a man like me. At least somebody find me attractive. At least one person in this entire planet find me attractive. It's pleasurable. It doesn't cross any lines. It doesn't trespass my bottom. It doesn't trespass my privacy. And even if it would, I wouldn't think about it. I would think about a positive lecture. I wouldn't think of like something vulgar that most people do. So with that said, I don't understand why, excuse me, and I don't have the virus. I don't understand why people make the bad looks good. Bad is not good. For example, myself, I would prefer date a younger woman, a younger girl. For example, I dated a girl before, beautiful girl, didn't have any drama, any trouble. Do you want to go out? Let's go out. Picked her up. We went out. We ate. After eat, we went home. We had some celebration. Boom. No problem. No nothing. I have no idea why I didn't keep. Probably she wouldn't had, inhaled the career she got. Beautiful ballet girl. Went shine in China. Went all everywhere. Okay, but it's like, it doesn't matter if I like a younger girl, it's kind of wrong. And if it's just like, it's not wrong, it's just like, it depends on the person and the parents. If her parents is all fucked up, I'm doing her a favor to take her from that chaos, and maybe if I'm gonna assume life with her. But you make as a rule, a law that we men should just like, we screw up our lives in the beginning and then later on we just ditch, I like this word, we just ignore old women. We just say, fuck it, fuck everyone else. I'm just gonna go after younger girls. Almost like there's some real young women in porn now. You go like, wow, like when you're in your 30s and 40s, you're not gonna make it. You're gonna break down. You're gonna, right now, like in your 30s, you're gonna have problems. It's like you extremely young, you have us, we that are older, we have a struggle to accept invitation from porn. Imagine you younger, like what are they paying? It's like it's never gonna be the same for you, even though sometimes I feel very alone for the neglectment that life put me through, this stupid life that life put me through. But even though I watch and sometimes I go like, you're extremely inviting, but still the same wrong thing, because you will have struggle. Because I think all about life, it's about walking, but that's not the reason of the video. But anyways, we have to go around to get those points across. So anyways, Satan doesn't stop. I understand now. When I say Satan, what is Satan? Society, bubble, like organized crime. Not the organized crime of cocaine. We know those things are always going to happen. They're always going to exist, because some men, they just cannot reach intelligence, and they think that the best shortcut in life is to poison other people and murder other people and beat other people. It's like just do bad things to other people. They do not, they destroy everyone's life, but they do not study to become like a very successful scientist and just make like three figures a year. They do not know those things. They think, oh, okay, I got guns and I have friends in police and I'm just gonna make it this way. And that's the best way to get chicks, and that's what I'm gonna do. I don't think that way. A lot of people don't think that way. And I think that you drug dealers, you all just in our way. There's a lot to do. I'm not gonna make it anymore. I don't think so. I'm trying to make a $2 billion before I hit my 50 years birthday. I missed the most gorgeous women in the times of James Bond. I can't believe they waste that much women. They're just so amazing, gorgeous, but they have this struggle of their, they fight with their own personality, of their sexuality, which is not my business. I find really attractive too, and I think it's all right for women. Even though I'm being a little hypocrite by taking parts and sides, it's very sad when you meet a homosexual man or a teenager or a boy or someone that is struggling mentally. That's why a lot of people kill themselves. It's a very sensitive topic to talk about. Imagine, you do not know. I remember when I did not know that I have two parts in my brain. I used to think like, what the heck is this? Imagine a teenager with no father, with no mother. There's a lots of them out there. They have no parents. Sometimes they get a little shot of a good friend that comes and say, let's talk about problems. And they feel that like, oh, I guess we can talk about. And then that friend just disappear. When they go home, their father beat them up. They get bullied at school. Imagine that person's brain. Imagine that person trying to read. I try to read with annoying neighbors and strangers that stalk me all the time for just to try to get into my cortex. Just, do you know why they make noises? Because they think that if they make noises, they will puzzle the information that is in my head. I will never graduate or anything. I'm always going to be constantly worried about them or what's outside. And they think that they are part of me. It's so pathetic that they think they're part of me. Even though I can just draw their stereotype of each and every one of them. They don't work. They are not economic active. They just do what locals are doing, crime is doing, motorcycle delivery and so on, because everyone is positioned to start a FedEx of their own. Not me. I was thinking of doing Office Depot, but they're all positioned to start their own FedEx, which even if they do the hard work later on, the salesman will just come in like the verb and take the bigger share, and they just, who is that? Oh, it's America. He just walk in and out and take whatever he wants. And that's what it is. Me, with my game, I am not getting anything, no girl, no money, no nothing, so I'm gonna be heading from the bottom until the whole pyramid come down. I have until my 50s. Most of my enemies are worried about if I finish college or not. Even though I just only have some college, I still surpass these people. I have a very strong accent, but they don't get the game. I put the old furniture one side, I put Gazeta right in front of me, and I put future houses, won't be home. Would be home if we had a little bit quality time with our parents. There would be no neighbors, no strangers poison inside. We would have quality time. We could record some videos. All homes would have videos. We would record our families to watch them later on. We could make material for the newest lawyers, because they're gonna be just students. They have no idea where to start materials from. They won't have family to rely on family, which the whole system of law is based on family. The whole fights inside courts are not supposed to be publicly. It might once in a while, when you have like a parking ticket or something that you're fighting for your right, but most the big cases are all family. They're fighting about land and houses and business. People that murder someone is kind of something different. It's not the real VIP thing of the system. So only to my 50s, I don't understand why they gonna be wasting our time with YouTube video. We know that it's all set up. There's a computer programmer setting up. If you think of you like certain thing, he will put a video, he will set up Google in a way that will kind of like fool you and try to manipulate you somehow. The, spring break, they're gonna separate the best women for, you know, so-called armies that are hid somewhere, and then they waste all the youngest, the youth, and then they just throw them in some red light district later on. We're gonna stop get married. We little by little. Most of us, for example myself, I try to practice my own way because we're gonna stop. We're gonna forget what it is to relate to one another. We won't know how to kiss a person. I don't know how to kiss a girl anymore. After I kissed my wife, I don't know how to kiss other person. Even though I tried, it's weird. It feels like she's watching, she's there, she's like stuck in me. And even though it's a crazy conversation, it's just really crazy. It's like who pop up in your in your life out of nowhere and then just rush to get married to you, then start problems, start drama, start shit with you, and then divorce you, disappear in life, then try to get in touch again. Then when you wake up, when you realize that your whole life is a lie, everyone lied to you, everyone is her. Most of the new women that is showing up right now has your ex-wife's personality. You feel that she's taking over the world. She's sitting some throne, telling everyone what to do. She's just waiting for the best moment to get you murdered, somehow or whatever. And then I think like, oh, she saw me. She's like, oh, this guy is a leader. I'm gonna fuck his life up, and then take his leadership. And then I'm gonna learn from him. That's why she studied. I don't like to talk and go so deep about free thoughts like this because I care for her safety. There's a lot of stupid men out there. They have no idea the reality. I'm gonna use another powerful word. I don't want to be using this, but because it's about her. I don't want her. I want her always safe. But there's a lot of stupid men out there that do not know about the puzzles of life, and then they think like, oh, the guilt is on someone. I heard one time I was in Sao Paulo, there was some guys fighting inside a warehouse. I passed by, he almost hit me with a car. I cursed at him. It's like, he literally took a curse of a certain curse. It's like, the fault, it's on you. He put it on me. And my being, and myself, and my side, inside of me, me and God, I said, I take this and I shove it right up in your ass, but it's not with me. I gave it back to him, like I caught his curse. But I know there's people there. There's people out there that they believe in black magic, voodoo. One time, a person even asked me, there's people asking me about, how do you watch all these movies? If I tell you my whole story, you will be amused. You'll be like, wow. There's times that women they kind of live life by the movies. You start, if you someday in your life you live the regular life like I did before, and then you just like regular person. You have a girl, you date, you work. You're not worrying about that. You're not worrying like this. These people, they're all after some case of money. I never been that way. Now I am, but before I wasn't. And I did not know. I thought life was just you meet a person, you married, you stay married, you make sure she doesn't cheat on you, and if you man, you cheat on her, you should both work on that one. But it's like once you find a man, you see that women are trying to take over the world. It's not the same as South America. So they bring a bunch of arguments on top of it. Oh, you use your ego, you macho man, you this, you that. But if you say something, it's almost like they're trying to take men's rights from them. For example, me, when they start taking my rights from me, I've been making the math. I'm like, okay, they're not allowing me work anymore. Eventually, Clara will kick in. Church must kick in. Someone must be watching for me. So 10 years passed by. I didn't get any work. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm alone. So I'm thinking and praying to God. I'm thinking like, okay, God, I'm claiming. I have to start claiming. So I have to go out in the street and start shouting that my life is doomed. I'm done. She's not coming. The police kind of gave me tasks to try to get back, and she didn't respond. So I'm like, oh, like, this woman is either dead or I was fooled by the entire planet. And I'm in a short, I'm in like we say like small shirt, like that. It's kind of like I'm embarrassed to say, but I think I got fooled by the world, and the whole world speak to me. They know who I am, but they pretend they do not know what they did. And I'm like, okay, God, so I guess I'll claim then. So I start claiming, right? So people think that I'm crazy. I'm like, okay, God, I guess I'm the only one that knows the Bible. I guess I'm the only one that is following, all right? So I claim no one listen. There's no Claro anymore. There's no a bigger force that will protect my rights. I haven't worked. I haven't had a woman for so many years. I'm not eating well. I don't have anyone. How can I eat well? How can I eat well eating people's food, but I'm not eating real nutrients? My hair don't grow no more. Like, what am I supposed to do? So when I try to, I kind of like I make my bug out back when I'm thinking of like, okay, I'm gonna be a caveman. I guess the prophecy is right. I am savage. I gotta be in jungles in hunting for wild food. What kind of life is this? Shit, I'm thinking like, all right, and what if we all know, like wild people like me, we know that when you hit the jungle, you won't sleep. There's Indians, there's animals. It's wild. There's this wild thing that they show on Discovery Channel. That's not how life is. Animals, they speak to us, but when you're running for your life, it's something different. It's you or the thing it's for your life. Meanwhile, I'm watching, I'm making research. I'm like, okay, Forrest Gump. I just watching that movie. I'm like, there you go, a generation went by right there. Forrest Gump, it's a one generation, just like having another generation. I was right there. I think I was here and there. I think I was there when, the city of heaven, the city of God's, just like heaven is San Francisco. I was right there. They didn't give me the chance to join in. I was invited for so many conversation, but not legally. I didn't, I always felt the outsider. So how could I'm always like concerned of my status as well. I'm always like, okay, future wise is gonna be a green card lottery. I wanna be a good boy and be a part of it. But then they set me up in a way that I would come back home before it, and I have a dream. I had a dream. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm very in a bad luck. They give green card to all immigrants, but not to me. So it must be me then. So they made me come back, and then after I came back, they made the lottery of the green card. I'm like, wow. When I was there for 10 years, never heard about Trump, never heard about Obama. Once they brought me back, and then I started hearing about a machine of. I was in the ocean running back in the day. I was being attacked by spirits and demons and voodoos and all kind of things. I did not know those things yet. I was just running, struggling with a cigarette, almost winning. Thank God I won this war. Struggling with cigarettes, wondering about my personal life that I thought I had. Then I went to the ocean. When I went to the ocean, I was at Miami Beach, Florida. I look at the sea. The sea was stopped. There was nothing. It's like miles and miles, no waves whatsoever. And that was the first time when I thought about Obama. A strange name came to me, and then a voice, not a voice, but kind of like a thought suggestion. I might be able to explain better now after my readings. I thought suggestion came with the name Obama, but then it came Barack. But when it said Barack, it came those wallpapers in my mind. I'm like, all right, never heard the name. And then Obama, I'm like, all right, never heard the name. And I'm looking at the ocean, there was everything stopped. And then another thought came to me saying that America's was working on a machine that was made inside the ocean. They hide this big OS machine inside the ocean to create earthquakes. And at that time, because they wanted to scare me and push me away, that's the thing talking to me. I don't know who it was. And then the thing was still, at first, everything that would speak to me, I would say it was God. I even had an argument with a police officer in there. He took me to a clinic. He's like, you crazy? I'm not crazy. God is talking to me. He kept arguing, saying that he tried to lock me up in a clinic and said, God spoke to me. Now I don't say anymore because, I guess you're not allowed to say that. But before everything would speak to me, I would say it was God or angels. I never thought a demon or thought provoked suggestion, nothing, just God and angels. Never let any other negative thought come in, only good ones. Then I'm like, okay, then it's possible, probably. And I start thinking, like, okay, how is this not having it? How is this sea has no ocean, no waves? Even if the sea was down, we had to have some wave, but there was nothing, just like miles and miles and miles. You could look like so many miles, no waves. I'm like, okay, that's something. I'm like, no. And then always FBI coming in my mind. Okay, if you had your camera with you, you could record it. If you had at least a paper, you could draw, and then all the teachings of years of teachings, and I remember when I used to take my mail and cut the address and shred everything and put it away. People used to make fun of me. Oh, the only thing you do is shred a paper. I'm like, oh, at least no one will know my name and my stuff, my personal stuff. Fool me. Then I'm like, okay, then that was the first appearance of Obama. Back to the conversation. Then all of a sudden, all this stuff started happening in the United States. All the women look like my ex-wife. Then they, like, it's a setup. Unfortunately, it's a setup. I'm just like nobody, and they just like, okay, we will need you to like still a couple more years of the full people, and maybe later on, if you don't die anyways, we always have the argument, say that you got some pills with us here at the time when you spend with us. We can always have many arguments, the laws here are different. Let me just tell you something. If I'm in the United States, over there I'm a testimony. I just don't have the letter from the judge, but I'm a testimony if I'm there. So be careful and watch out. I have the book of the states. Book of states are very powerful. I don't use it because it's not even going to be fun. Look at me. I thought that I used to argue about racism, prejudice, but look at me. It's like, it's not that we have to make a stereotype for a president. I look good when I don't cut my hair like an Indian like this, when I let my beard grow, or when I try to make a gentleman out of it. But seriously, who am I trying to impress? Will be a lot of women. Most of them are going to be gold diggers, and probably after we do something, they probably will betray me later on. It's crazy. Everything on me was set up. The very first tattoo all the way to the hair, every single person went through my life. They have a purpose. They have a story. I appreciate the people that helped me, the people that came in and just gave me a thought. They were like kind of father, like a fathers. But most of them, especially strangers from like Africa and strangers that just Zulu tribes, that most of them, they try to create a semblance to stalk me. You really just don't make any difference. Most of these people are cocky, shallow. They compete with each other. They steal people's life, like myself, and then they get the best nutrients, the best clothes, and now they're hacking the best out of my mind, which is not much. I'm learning how to measure right now. I just learned how to measure like recently when I was in my ESL. My teacher used to try to teach me how to measure, and I thought, oh, you know what? And I really don't think of. I'm never gonna be an engineer or anything like that. But now that time is unfolding in every single career I choose, everyone becomes it. I'm thinking like, oh, I am my big God. I don't know, the God, like the God Almighty that do miracles and everything else, like like Jewish always ask for it. But I might be special. I remember when I was in New Jersey, Jewish people, they made a lot of, they show me that I'm special. I'm like, what is it? You're not gonna tell me what is it what is it with me that I might have? Excuse me. Just ate a little rice. By the way, I brushed my teeth. It's a lot of information. That's why I don't like about English. You have to explain everything. You have to say excuse me for every time you do something. You cough or you sneeze or it's polite. It's cool, but it's not. It shouldn't be a rule. Now you made me this way. Now how can I not do? I think this is good. I'm just gonna go. My videos are kind of so. I was going to talk about the directors of movies, the suggestions that you sent it to me. I was about to do it, but then I thought, okay, you are trying to push me to read because you want to know what I have here, don't you? And then you kind of like you're gonna do a sort of a double vision with me, aren't you? And then you just go in Borders and ask what my uncle ever bought and then just become my uncle. I'm not planning to be my uncle. Go in Borders and say, I order you, I'm from FBI, I order you to give me all John's books and I'm just gonna read them all but just one thing, you have to think of your shelf. Your shelf it's gonna be the most difficult, all right? When you do this next time, you're from Marine, make sure you understand what this means. You really don't, right? Take care.